The fact that you're sitting, I think 7-4 right now, unbelievable coaching job. Kittle coming back, McCaffrey. I think San Francisco would be the team that's at the top of the list for me.
Cam.
Green Bay. Green Bay. And if the Green Bay Packers find a way to miss these playoffs, given the circumstances that what we've talked about on this show around the sports world about the acquisition before the year, who really won at the end of the day? So if the Chicago Bears are able to find a way to get in the playoffs, it's going to impact the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, I would not want to face the Green Bay Packers wild card weekend, so I like what you're saying. Cam Newton, go ahead. What do you think, Stephen A.?
You know, I'm more inclined to think about San Francisco because of what Dan pointed out, the injuries. You know, I know that, Brock Purdy came back. Before that was Mac Jones, and you're just finding a way to get things done. I get it, but within the NFC West, when you got Seattle and Los Angeles, you see everybody battling within the North. I just am inclined to believe that San Francisco could end up being on the outside looking in, simply because they're bereft of the bodies necessary in order to succeed. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, and then you think about that, right? So San Fran will get to play Chicago, but they also have the Seahawks. They also have the Colts. And obviously there's a big game this week that we didn't expect to be that huge against the Carolina Panthers, who are playing really good football right now. And so I think it's easy to point to the San Francisco 49ers because you're kind of looking at that team and saying, we believe the Packers are better than that team. We believe the Detroit Lions are better than that team. But we also have to look at the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears have just found ways to win, right? We have seen Ben Johnson and his ability to get his team prepared for situational football, and also Caleb Williams in those moments. Some of those things that you hope Ben Johnson didn't coach him out of being. We've seen him be those things in the biggest moments. We saw it against the Cincinnati Bengals late in the game. We certainly saw it against the New York Giants late in the game. And then you go back to last week, and that huge return by Duvernay to put them in a position to kick a field goal. They are just finding ways to win. And so it's truly thinking to yourself, is this a team whose luck runs out? Yeah. Or does that luck continue for Chicago?
Yeah, I mean, I think Chicago's got a good matchup this weekend, and I wouldn't be. Yeah, I mean, because the way they can run the football, for both teams, the way they can run the football. I'll go back to Cam's point though. If Green Bay doesn't get in, that would be one of the biggest disappointments in years. Unbelievable, just because I think they're a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah. I'm not going to go that far, but okay. On Monday morning, when we all are sitting around this
desk. So, do the Bears actually win the NFC North?
I don't know if they're going to win the NFC North, but I think they'll make the postseason at this point. Okay. I can't do that with the Lions and the Bears. I can't go that far. I can't go that far. I'm impressed with what I saw, but I'm not going to go completely off the wagon here. Okay. Monday morning, Dano, what's the headline going to be after this weekend of football?
We could be staring at a playoff in the AFC without Patrick Mahomes, without Lamar Jackson, without Joe Burrow, and without Josh Allen. Buffalo lost last night. They're not a shoo-in to make it. Kansas City playing against the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts can win that game. Lamar Jackson, this offense has not played very well since he's come back. And then Joe Burrow and the Bengals are obviously swimming upstream. I think one of them will get in, but it's not a long shot to think that all four won't.
Yeah, which would be unfortunate to have four of, you could argue, the top five quarterbacks in the league not be.
It would be unfortunate, but it would say a lot about where the NFL is now. Sure. Right? It say a lot about the rejuvenation of some quarterbacks and some players we had left to die. And it will say a lot about the parity of this league and how teams are now building themselves to beat these top quarterbacks. Yeah.
Go ahead, Stephen A., quickly.
I agree with Dan. If I would say this, no Allen, no Burrow, no Lamar, no Mahomes. If all of them were out for the playoffs, you could talk parity.
It's up to like a little group. Rams hosting the Bucs Sunday Night Football. What's the play you got?
We like Tampa Bay plus the 7, Stephen A. I know it sounds crazy, but the number factors in how good the Rams looked last week beating Seattle. They did beat Seattle, go inside the box score. They were +3 in turnovers, and they almost lost on a game-winning field goal. That wasn't so much won by the Rams as it was lost by Seattle, who outgained the Rams by 165 yards in that game. But people don't look at that. They just look at the final final score. They see the Rams win, and they think they're going to massacre Tampa Bay. 7 is too high. We're taking the Buccaneers. That's the play.
SA?
I don't think so. I don't think so because I don't think that Baker Mayfield and these guys have enough available to them. They're good, no doubt. If Evans and Godwin were available, I'd feel differently. But because that's not expected to be the case, can't go with Joe on this one. No, I disagree.
The Rams defense, too? Horrifying. Okay, moving on to the NFC East. We have talked so much about this game. The Cowboys and the Eagles. What do you like there, Joe?
I'm scared about this one because rule number 2 of betting, beware the public dog. And it seems like the public dog, Dallas, getting a lot of love this week. I agree with Stephen A. from earlier in the week. The Cowboys are the play here. It comes down to the ceiling of the Philadelphia offense. Like, if you're going to go on the road against a team that can move the ball, you got to be able to win by margin. Can you cover the 3.5 with an offense that scored 17 or fewer points in 4 of their last 6 games? Like, honestly, what's the Philadelphia ceiling here? 30, maybe? Dallas's defense is improved. The offense is built to move on Philadelphia. And on top of that, when they met in week 1, the spread was 7.5 in Philly. Dallas covered. Now we transition to Dallas. I think the number should be closer to 2.5. We're going to play the Cowboys here, Stephen A.
Oh, my goodness.
I agree with you there. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I agree with you on this one. Nothing to argue about.
Everyone's jumping on the Cowboys. This makes me feel like the Eagles are going to win by $1 million.
Bet the house on Philadelphia.
Right?
Disaster.
Let's finish with college football. Still feels weird for me to say to the Big Ten with USC and Oregon tomorrow. What do you like?
Classic Big Ten rivalry game right here. We all know it. We all love it. I will take USC if I'm getting more than 10, which I am, 10.5. I get an offense that ranks top 8 in both scoring and yards per play, which is going to be huge in trying to keep pace with Oregon here. Now, Oregon, as good as they've been relative to the market, not exceptional. In Big Ten play, they're just 3-4-1 against the spread. Think of it like this. Say Oregon's rolling USC. They're up 17 late. We get a garbage time touchdown. Boom! We're inside the 10.5 and we cover. USC is the play, Stephen A.
Listen, 10.5. Okay, I'll go with you on this. I'm doing it with hesitancy because I'm not sold on USC at all, and especially in a game like this. But 10.5 is a bit much, so I will roll with you with this one. I'll go with you with USC. I'll take plus 10.5.
Too many points.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot.
Too many points. Too many points.
But Oregon, USC's got to get some stops here. Like, none of this soft serve ice cream football that Lincoln Riley plays at times. We're going to need a few stops.
Soft serve ice cream, Joe Fortenbaugh.
It's tough.
Thank you. Coming up on First Take, Dan Orlowski has a take